Hello everyone, welcome back. So, have you ever wondered how to get the zinc plating off of a screw eye or a regular screw? Well, I'm going to show you the easy and safe way. When I mean the safe way, it can be burned off, but the fumes that it produces are noxious, okay? Not good. All right. Now, if you watch any blacksmiths, you might have seen them throw something into their forge, but those forges have an excellent draft, very well ventilated. I was going to say well ventilated. um, so they are, well, they're exposing themselves, but at a very, 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 very minuscule level. They know what they're doing. So for the average person, myself included, I try to stay away from that. If it's something really, really tiny, yeah, I kind of might burn it with a blowtorch if the breeze is going the right way and I'm outside. But I tend not to do that because it's really, really not safe. If you know any welders or you are a welder, they'll stay away from trying to weld anything zinc plated. It's just not good. So reasons why you would do that. Well, you don't want a shiny object. If you remember the blacksmith hook that I made that I'm adding to my 2000 friend giveaway, I added a slotted screw that is blackened, right? Basically, that screw started out zinc plated. So if you take a nice shiny zinc plated screw and put it on a blacksmith hook, it doesn't look right. It doesn't look period. It doesn't look, basically, it doesn't look good. Okay, so these are reasons why you would want to take the zinc plating off. So I'll show you how I get this to end up looking like this. Now this is nice and dark. It obviously looks way older. It looks used. And these are what I use to put on my fire pokers, right? The end, and I'll put a leather lace through it. And to me, it just looks way better than this. Plus, it matches the fire poker. So it's a very, very simple process. You take this, you drop it in a cup, you get yourself some white distilled vinegar, doesn't matter what brand. I'm pretty sure probably any kind of vinegar would work, but this is what I happen to have. And that's it. You just want to cover it. I actually probably have way too much in there, but just put the vinegar in, drop the part in, or put the part in and put the vinegar in, whatever. You could put a bunch of them in there. And I've had small parts work within, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 hours. But normally I just put it in a cup, put it on my bench, and I forget about it, at least till the next day. Sometimes it might be a couple of days. Oh, crud, I forgot I had that in there. But just let it soak, and then I'll bring you back and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so it's been about, I'm going to say, it's been over 20 hours, basically overnight. I did peek at it at about, I'm going to say, it was probably about 4 hours in there, 4 or 5 hours in there, and it was basically done, but I left it in there. And those of you with sharp eyes might notice this is not the same cup it was in. It was actually in this cup. This one's square, this one's round. I was practicing welding, which I need a lot more practice on, and a splatter hit this cup and it started leaking the vinegar out. So I just dumped it into this cup. So now the next step is you're going to want to rinse it off with water, get the vinegar off of it, and then I'll show you the next steps. Alright, so it's been rinsed off. So at this point, you could just put some oil on it, and you'd be done. As you can see, it's no longer shiny. All the zinc is gone. You got just raw metal there, and it kind of kind of blues it, right? A lot of people use vinegar to put a patina on a knife. So at that point, it looks way older than it did when we started. But how do you get it to look like this one? I'll show you that. All right. So what you're going to do is, let me put this here. All right. You're going to get a little pliers. You're going to put this into the pliers. Now, you're not going to ruin the threads like this. You're just barely holding it. And you need some wax. For this, I'm actually using 100-year-old beeswax that Sunset Bay Bonnie had given me. Do this in a well-ventilated area, okay? It does smoke, all right? And you're going to need to get yourself just a regular old propane torch. All right, so you want to get it red hot, but you're going to wait. You don't want to put this in the wax at this point. I'll show you what it'll do. It'll immensely smoke. You don't want that, okay? It'll actually burn right off of that, and it won't stick. So we're going to let it cool off a little bit. It doesn't take long. See, now we're not getting that huge amounts of smoke. And then just get yourself a little rag. And wipe it off. Now obviously it's still hot, but you look at it, it's almost identical to that. But I do add a next step. What I like to do is, we put my torch back on. I do that little extra step there, and it seems to get it much darker. It kind of burns it on. Now, if you look at it now, it's like a perfect match to this one. So let me let that cool for a second, and then I'll show you what I do before I actually install it in something. All right, so it's cool to the touch. As you can see, they match perfectly. Again, you could do this with screws, you know, whatever you want to not look all shiny and zinc coated. Now, if I'm going to put this in wood, I wouldn't do anything else except drill a hole and put it in the wood. But if I'm going to put it in something and I want to epoxy it in, like when I put it in the antlers, like the fire pokers or whatever, I drill the hole, and just a tip for you: if you're gonna screw something into an antler, make sure you have the proper size hole, and make sure that you go in slow and frequently back out, because there are, if you never worked with antlers, when you grind an antler, you'll actually see sparks. It's not tremendous like you're grinding steel, but you'll see sparks, okay? Because the antler is made of minerals, right? I'm going to guess there's some kind of iron in there, because I see sparks when I grind them, you know, sand them on the belt sander. And I have snapped off screw eyes by making the hole too small and just going at it. I would just keep screwing it, and boop, it snap right off. So make sure the hole's the right size. So that's why I do, I tend to make the hole a little bit bigger so I could screw them in and still have a good purchase. And then I add a little drop of epoxy. Now, epoxy will not stick to wax, okay? So I take just a little wire brush and clean off the threads of any wax that could possibly be on there and whatever other nonsense is on there. And then I'll clean this with denatured alcohol or isopropyl, whatever, just some kind of alcohol or degreaser. And then it's ready to be installed. There you go. So that's how you get the zinc off of small parts. Well, so that's how you do it. And it's pretty much exactly what a blacksmith would do. Again, unless they just go right into the forge with it and burn off the zinc. But again, I don't recommend that. This is a much safer way. It's really super simple and very effective. So thanks for coming along, everyone. I appreciate it. I hope you found it useful. I hope you all are staying well. I'm sending all of you, my brothers and sisters, much love and respect and appreciation. And we'll see you on the next one.